let's have a look. You want to turn that round. You don't want to be seeing me. Sorry, I'm just a few minutes in front of myself just to make sure that the rotation's right on here, because I'm not convinced it is. So bear with me just a sec. Yay, it's right. How fabulous. Close that. And we'll turn the sound off. So I am a couple of minutes early. So excuse the wobble, but it is the first setup. So let me just make sure you're as square as I can be. So I do apologise. Hi Lisa. There. I think that's crack on now. Yay! Woohoo! Hello. Hi Rachel. Hi Jules. Hi Julie. Lisa. Hi sis. Welcome. Come in and get comfy. I've got a big tub of water. The lighting looks okay. Hi Helen. Hi Susan. Danielle. Paula. Jan. Hi. Welcome. How exciting. This is a bit, isn't it? Oh, see the mans. You might be sick of them come the end of the night. Oh, bless you. Hi, Diane. Looks spot on. Thanks, Lisa. Bless. Hi, Dell. I've missed you too. I've missed all of you. It's been horrid without you. God, it's so nice. What time we got? 1 more minute. Okay. Well, whilst we're waiting, hi Sally, Christine, hi. Now you might hear my voice crackle and pop a bit. Unfortunately, I ended up in the hospital today. I didn't think I was going to be here with you tonight to do this, but they let me out, so I'm okay. I've just remember that bug I had back in January, and it's left me with a nasty cough. Well, I've still got that nasty cough, and I'm really struggling with breathing again. So I went doctors and they sent me straight to hospital for x-rays and all sorts. But I feel okay at the minute. Just do forgive me if I start coughing again. I will do my best not to. I've got a drink here. I'm okay other than that. I feel fine. If I have to cut it short, then I have to cut it short. But please do bear with me. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Lisa. And it does need to bog off. You're dead right. It can go do one now. I've had enough. You talk about it, you see it comes, it pokes its head out again. Yeah, we'll see how I go. I didn't want to let you down because I promised, and I don't like breaking my promises. Not for anything. So we'll do our best. I think my desk is rubbing up against it's shaking a bit. Oh, there you go. It's right on that. Gosh, it's heavy. It's right on the camera. That's better. It's not there. That's better. Now, when I colour in, I'm not going to wobble you to death. I hope we get some answers. We've got 7 to 10 days to wait now. It's a bit scary. My other half's been poorly, as you know, the same time. And he's actually been diagnosed with pneumonia. How nice is that? But he's not ill with it, but they have given him antibiotics. So I'm hoping it's not that. I'm hoping it's nothing sinister. But we'll find out, won't we? One way or another. Yeah, we made a stronger stuff down here in the Midlands. So what are we making tonight? Let's get on with it. You're likely to see styles and things that you've never seen me use before. And for this, I don't make any apologies. These are like old friends to me. I've not been able to play with these for such a long time. So hopefully, I've made this one, but hopefully I remember how to do it all. I've had plenty of plays in the last few days, which I've loved, thoroughly loved. The idea for me is this isn't a job anymore. This is purely for the pleasure of your company and me sharing what I like to share best. So that's what it's all about. So let's start, shall we? You might want to screenshot this or make a note, because I'm not going to put lists up at the end of it. These are the Distress Oxides. And it's nice to be able to reach into my stash and find my stash with all the colours I want to use on it. So I'll go through the colours. We've got Mowed Lawn, Scorched Timber, Shabby Shutters, Antique Linen, Tea Dye. That's the oxides. And then I've got First Fine Clair Portobello. Now that's the only ink I'm using, but I'm going to be using some other good stuff. Some real good stuff. So I'm going to start with my Antique Linen, and I'm going to go straight on my good old matte. I love this glass mat, and for me it's the best way to blend, honestly. I could have carried on using the mat that was down, but I trust you. When you smoosh, these mats are the best for smooshing. So this Tea Dye, and we'll have a bit of green in there as well. Some Shabby Shutters. Hi Denise. Hi Chris. All of a dither. Don't be all of a dither, me duck. And I'm going to save the other two colours for later. I've got a bottle of water in it. All it is water. Squirt that on my mat. Plenty of. And a dip. And I've cut a tag out. I've used Sweet Poppy Stencil die cut for this, because it's a nice big die cut. So we're just going to smooshy that round there. You see how, look how it beads. This is really important when you're smooshing. And it doesn't tend to do it on the rubber mats. You have 3 Distress Oxides but never knew what to do with them. Well, you keep your eyes open, Danielle. They're lovely. You use the tile, yeah. There's all sorts people use, isn't there? All sorts. Oh, it is nice to see you. Well, Sylvia, hello, my sweetheart. How are you? Mind you, I've seen you all on Lisa's, haven't I? So yeah, these glass mats, they're the bee's knees, I swear. Smooshing with oxides, in case you want to know. Oxides are a little bit different from a normal water-based ink. They're a bit of a combination. And there's quite a lot of science that's gone into making them. When you wet them, when you use them with water, they go this lovely dusty colour. And that's the oxidization of the ink that you're seeing. So now we're going in for double dips, triple dips, and just keep dipping to your heart's content. Look at that. Absolutely love it. Ankle still stiff. Oh no. Lisa makes you add it, does she, Helen? Well, I'll help you use them. How's that? Absolutely love them to bits. And I've got such a lot of colours. I've got all of them, in fact. And all the reinkers. And all the Distress. Now, the one thing I haven't decided yet... oh, bless you. One thing I haven't decided yet is how often I'm going to do these, or how often I can do them. Needless to say, I'm looking for a job at the minute, so when I get a job, that might decide it. Up until then, I'll give you some advance notice, and I think if we stick to Wednesday for now, and I'll see how we go. If I run out of time, or if I'm not very well, I'll let you know. But we'll see. So, as you can see, how gorgeous is that? It's beautiful, isn't it? Just beautiful. So, my first set of stamps. It's my Tim Holtz coming out to play. And this is Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz collection. And it's Papillon. And it's CMS 106 is the number. And I'm going, this is such an old set. I've had this for forever. This took some beating, this stamp. Look at it. There's a difference with these rubber stamps. I always like to season mine, and you'll not see me clean them too often unless I put something nasty on, because it actually keeps the oils in the inks, keep this all nice and flexible and whatnot. So I don't clean them unless I really have to. Mowed Lawn Distress Oxide. That's for the permanent ink, by the way. This will need cleaning, so I'm just going to tap that all over. It's nice to be working in this orientation as well. And I'm going to pop that straight down there. And we'll have a little bit more at the top end. Absolutely adore these background scripts. Look at that. Even on its own, it's fabulous. Blooming love them. Right, the next stage. Next stage, can I remember what I did next? Oh yeah, I stamped some butterflies. Some gorgeous butterflies on this. Now we've got a choice. We can do it in scorched timber, which I think we'll do. Or we could have done it in the permanent. But scorched timber will work for me today. Give that a good coating. And I'm going to pop that over to the right hand side of my tag. I love his tags. Absolutely love his tags. I love his stamps. Amazing. So it's nice and gentle, nice and soft. It's not the main interest that we're going for. It is literally just a background. Now this is one of his stencils. It's Tim Holt stencil. And again, I've had these an awful long time. So let me check which way round I want this orientation. So I'm going to pop it down about there. And I'm going to use texture paste. Any texture paste will do. This is the one I'm using. And I've got a nice big spatula. Now this isn't the particularly interesting bit as yet, but I might have a bit much there. Never mind. Now it doesn't have to be precise. It doesn't have to be accurate. But squish, see there's a lumpy bit going off. Squish this in as best you can. Now I try and keep a pot of water. Anytime you use texture paste, you need to put this straight in water. Otherwise you'll be scraping it off later and it takes an age. So lid on. If I can get the lid on. I'm really pleased with these lights, I must say. Clean that as we go. Squish that with water. Get the majority off. Yeah, that's better. Nice. Clean as you go. It's the only way to behave. Unless your name's Lisa, then you can throw it around all over the place as much as you like. There you go, that's safe now. Pop that out of the way. Now then, this is the interesting bit. I don't know how many of you have used this stuff because we've never really spoke about it before. I've got some Distress Scorched Timber, and this is glaze. It's an embossing powder, but it's a glaze. So we're going to stick that glaze powder straight over the top of our embossed texture paste. Make sure it's all over. With a good flick, and then this goes back in. A glaze is a clear, medium, and it's beautiful. It makes like, if you use a square stencil, it makes like little tiles. Looks like a glazed tile. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. Let's get some dust out the way. There we have it. Now it means we haven't got to colour this, so all I'm going to do is heat it. Thanks, Saz. Hiya, by the way. And what might happen because of the heat is the texture paste bubble. But you know what? I'm all right with that. In fact, I quite like it with the texture. Plus it helps dry the paste. Who'd have thunk, Sarah? Who'd have thunk indeed? Never. Never in a million years. So I'm just cooking my texture paste. Oh, it's lovely stuff to use. I particularly like it on texture paste, as you can probably tell. It smells gorgeous. Who makes the glaze? It's Tim Holtz. It's a Ranger product. It's Distress. And this one's Scorched Timber. Well, that's all melted. And I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it to cool and finish off. I'm going to put that to one side just for a minute or two. That's really warm. So let me pop that there. Now I noticed I haven't got any more scrap watercolour card there. So have I got any down here? Yes, I have. Perfect size. It's watercolour card. And we're going to stamp a butterfly. And this is, again, one of Tim's. Now I'm not sure. This is a rogue one. It just roams around in my stash. So I'm not sure which one it comes from. But there's loads of big butterflies from Tim. So don't you worry about that. And I'm using my VersaFine Claire. And this is Portobello. Would embossing powder work? Yeah. I would have thought so. There's only one way to find out. Not that we need any more episodes with embossing powder, eh, Lisa? I saw that. What a mess, honestly. What's she like? So we've got a lovely butterfly. Any of the big butterflies will do. Any brand, whatever you use is up to you. So now I've got a lovely butterfly. I'm going to use some lovely pencils. I've got what over everything now. These are Mondelez watercolour pencils, Kohinoor. Absolutely gorgeous pencils. And I have two colours basically. There's this gold and then there's a green. So there are two colours. I'm going to start with the golds. So I've got a pale and a darker. So I'm just going to wackadoo some of these on here. Gosh, my Leicester's coming out tonight. Wackadoo. Hey up me duck. There, it is stunning detail. Most of his are, to be honest, to be fair. I couldn't sleep last night because I didn't feel too good. So I got up and I made a picture. I popped it on my Amanda Jane Crafts page. And it's a gold background. I might show it you later. I don't think we're going to be doing that one on a live. Yeah, you might not get the same number of shows, I'm afraid. It'll just have to fit in with everything else I'm doing now. But I'll be with you as often as I can, just because I like to share. So that's the paler gold, and this is the darker. The colour palette I've chose is browns, golds and greens. So I tried to keep it just down to 3. But you do you. If you want more, you go for it and enjoy. And you're a bonus, bless your heart. You'll see my makes. You'll probably see more makes actually. As I start to get back in to enjoying my stash. I can't believe how much I've spent on stamps the last week. So that's the browns. And now the greens. You're not allowing yourself anymore. I'm going to start with the pale green. I always start with the pale. The rules haven't changed. The format might have changed a bit here, but the rules haven't changed. It's still me crafting. So, pale down first. And you can actually have quite a good scribble. You don't have to be too precious about it all. Hi, Connie. Welcome. Oh, could you please, if you've not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, because I'm sure that helps do something. I'm not sure what, but I'm sure it helps. Let's try and keep this channel alive and free for as much as we can, for as long as we can. I'm still doing my workshops over in Staunton Harold, Leicestershire. And I'm still going to visit friends who also have workshops to join in. So you might see me out and about. It'd be lovely to meet some of you, all of you. Not all at once, I don't think. I don't think I'd cope. That'd be mad. I'd love it. Oh, lovely, Sue. It'd be nice to see you. Excellent. We are limited with spaces at Staunton Harold, so I wouldn't wait too long if you're interested at all. So a little bit of that dark green. I love that green. We've not blended anything yet, and it's still beautiful. So back in with the darker. Just for his body. Okay, I have a paintbrush. I'm not afraid to use it. Now these were a gift from a wonderful friend, and they're beautiful, beautiful brushes. All I'm going to do is pretty much wet this for now. We're just starting to blend those colours out. I'll try and keep the golds as clear as I can. I found all my best brushes out. Can I come up north? How far north? How far are we talking? Don't forget I'm poorly. I'm sure we can come up north. If you can find me somewhere to craft and arrange a gathering, I'll jump in and join you for that. No problem. I think we're off down to Eileen's. Don't know when. Soon, I hope. Gosh, that'd be fun. I haven't seen Eileen for years. Milton Keynes, that's not far from here. Just down the road. So there's the start. See, it doesn't take a lot, does it? Can you come to the States? Connie, what I am planning to do, and I know you've got, well, you got 4 different timelines over in the States. I'm going to try and fit in a couple of lives around your time and around those in New Zealand, Australia way. So I'll have some late nights and early mornings rather than you guys, but just so you know. Right, what I am going to do on this butterfly is I've got this Wink of Stella brush. It's a big monster one, this is. And I'm just going to give it a twinkle because we need some sparkle. Until I find out what's wrong with me, I can't promise anything. Yeah, size down Eileen's might be a problem, might be an issue. So I'm not worried about the edge of this because, yeah, you've guessed it. We're going to fussy cut that out. Well, actually, I'm not because I've done one earlier. And I'm going to swap that over now. So you literally let that dry. Add any other detail that you want. And then cut it out. When you cut it out, it tends to look like this. I'm going to give this one its sparkle back. Something I do like to do is to colour, makes all the difference, this sparkle, is to colour the back of the wings, because I'm going to lift this. It's going to be 3D, not flat. So I always colour around the edges, always, when I cut out. I don't like to see the white bits. So if I hold it up to you, that all the white's gone from around the edge, and the back is coloured too. So let me dry that off. Gosh, it's warm here today. Nice and sparkly. There you go. Thank you, Trudy. I hope so too. So all I do with these is literally just roll it round anything you've got close by, just to shape that off a tad. Yes, the butterfly card and the tag are both watercolour card. You'll see me use a lot of watercolour card and some quite textured stuff later on, because hopefully I can show you a couple where it's just art and no stamps. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? You could have a go. It won't be anything tricky or hard, I promise. So there you go. He's ready. So let's bring the card back in. That's nice and cool. It's dried. I love the look. Can you see that glaze? You see how shiny it is? Look. It's fab. And I've got my pencils, and I want to bring some more of this green in to the design. So I'm literally just going to scribble, get some of that colour down. It's nice to do grungy again. I like grungy. I used to be all grungy once. Some water. I'm just moving that around, pulling it out, brightening it up. Getting in all those little nooks and crannies. It's amazing how far these pencils go when you're watercolouring like this. and just pull it out and blend it in. Plenty of water in Plymouth. Oh, it's going to be messy. Take your aprons, won't you? You'll need your pinnies. Gosh, I wish I was coming. I'm afraid everything changed, and then it changed again, and then I'm not feeling very good because I nearly came down with Lisa. I wished I could, but I'm afraid I don't think I'd make it too well at the minute. So that's blended that out. There, a nice stripe of it. Oh, Lisa Lou, bless you. Yeah, if it ties it in as well, Sally. Yeah, it does, I'm afraid. Look at that. I love his variety of stencils. It's amazing. I've got Distress Spritz Crushed Olive, stained with the green. Again, it's micro in here, so give it a good shake. Make sure you can hear that ball jiggling around. And then I'm just going to, if you press this down slowly, you get bigger blobs. If you press it down quick, you get a big wide splatter. So again, dry that off. I think it was a bit, this week's been a bit like a rabbit in the headlights for me, sorting all my old craft gear out, and I just, it's knowing what to play with first. That's the problem. I'm spoilt for choice. So that's how the tag's looking. I'm going to do the proper Tim Holtz thing and go around the edge with Scorched Timber. And my beloved oxide brushes. I know Lisa prefers the uprights. I prefer these for blending with oxides. These are my go-to brushes. You can get these all over the place. They're makeup brushes, basically. Oh, Christine, you can't have stuff in your stash and leave it tucked away. That's just not fair. Not fair on your stashy bits. There. I think we might have one last dash of water. Fan brush. It's all about the layers and the textures. Now, if you haven't used oxides before, two things happen when you add water to them. They oxidize, or you can fake bleach with water. So paint your water where you want to lift the colour out, and then dry it with a kitchen towel. By drying it like this, what it does is the circle, the pigments in the ink go to the edge of the fluid and then dry darker, rather than just leaving a clear hole where it was. Sorry, Christine. Yes, what I do on here is for us and for the love of crafting. Nothing more, nothing less. Just so we can be together and have some fun. I love those blending brushes. That's what works for me. So there we've got texture paste, glaze. We've got sparkle from the spritz, the distress spritz. I love it because all the colours all marry together. So it just, they work. It doesn't matter what you use. Say choose 3 inks and go for that colour palette. Don't matter which 3. And don't worry about whether they go or not. It's not what it's all about. So we need to put our butterfly on the tag. And there's one thing missing, if you notice. It's got no antenna on there. So all I do is I get the original stamp back out and I ink up just his head and his antenna. It doesn't matter if the rest gets inked as well. It really doesn't matter. Don't be precious about it. And we're going to pop that. I think we pop the butterfly about there. You can just see them now. They're there. And when I put him on, look, they make sense. Before we do that, though, we need to mat and layer. So don't cut onto here. My Bessie did that once and chopped her work mat in half. You don't want to do that. You really don't. It's not good. So we'll have that. We'll have that. We want some white. Have I got some textured? Don't know if I have. Let's see if we can find some textured white. Oh yeah, there's some texture. Oh, it's not. It's plain. Hey ho, it was the lighting. But that'll do. Need my scissors. If you stuck your tag down onto your card, these fit. This is the large one. They fit DL card beautifully. So I'm going to pop it down in that corner onto the white first, and I've got my trusty tape. And I can tell you where it's from now. This is from the Co-op, my corner shop. They don't always have it, but when they do, I buy all of them. Blooming lovely stuff. Go fill your boots. Sterling. Lift all this up. Lots of water, lots of ink, lots of fun. Pop that there. I've still got my old trusty rules. I need a sharp knife. Everything's gone walkabouts. Okay, we only want a thin one for this, so I'll use that one. Straight down. Oh, that was a good guess. Very good guess. Crikey. Yeah. I think you all know where my page is, don't you, on Facebook now? Amanda Jane Crafts is what you're looking for. And I put a picture of me on so you knew it was me. I don't for you to get confused. Apparently there's more than one Amanda Jane out there. How rude. So we're going on some nice bottle green card. I love matting and layering. It makes all the difference, I think, personally. You're melting here, Lisa. So am I. It's warm in here. These lights are nice though. They're not giving out any heat. Apparently the heat's here all week, isn't it? Have a look, you know, in the co-op where they have stuff hanging down the side on those funny tape things. You know what I mean? They're like little hook jobbies. They have all sorts. It depends which co-op as well. It's not all because I learned there was 2 different sorts of co-ops. Strange. Yeah, dibs has been shouted already. As soon as I come on, I've got a dibs. I won't always be giving out dibs, but occasionally I will. If I put that about there, I think, and then we can square that off. That's too big. That's too small. The other one I'll put back. There you go. It'll be that one. You cut it to the size you want. It depends on the size of the butterfly you're using. Really, you want it to be a statement piece, so you need it to sit quite well on the size of your tag, but that's all that you need to look at. If you're using a different one, a different size, you can scale it up, scale it down just on the size of tag you're using. Where's my paper gone? Let's have some paper back. You can see what's going on. There. So we've got everything on there that we need, apart from our butterfly, and we're going to pop him just there. You could, if you want, this is just to show you, put 2. Looks nice as well. You know. So you choose. Go mad. It's the techniques really we're looking at. Cosmic Shimmer Glue. If it worked. Yay, it's just coming out. Ooh. I need a pin. I need to clean it. Yeah, they are a game changer. I've been using them for years and years and years. So I'm going to pop him so he matches his antenna. Oh, go on, glue down. Stay stuck. Use the back end of my paintbrush. That's better. I want the wings quite free. And for a final flourish, that last minute finishing touch. Guess who got me into that? Yeah, you got it. It is pretty special though. So I'm going to put a little on my craft mat and add some water. Clean brush, that's all that's ever going in that pot. Lid on. Give it a good mix. And then all we need to do, tap, tap, tap. I like it over the background, everywhere. There. Ta-da! All done. What time we got? Oh, not bad time either. So I hope you enjoyed that. I did, and it was lovely to be with you again. Thank you. I'm open. I'm feeling better. It comes and goes. It's quite strange. You know, I've been great. I thought it had gone when I went on holiday. I come back to Leicestershire and it started all over again. So there you go. So have a play. Get your stash out. Don't neglect your stash. Otherwise you'll forget how to use it like I did. Enjoy it all. Mix and match. Have fun. That's what it's all about. So I'm going to go. Have a wonderful evening, day, wherever you are. And I'll look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. If you've got nothing better to do, come and join me. And I'm sure we can think of something else to get messy with. You take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. A great week. Lots of love. Have fun. See you next week. Bye.